radiofreebrooklyn.org.
Here we go. Yo, 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 yo.
Hello. Oh, now I can hear myself.
There it is. There it is. I got a little check. I got a little staticky on mine. Did you hear that?
No.
You know? Okay. Maybe that's just me.
It might be your headphones.
Damn it. All right. Here we go. Meg, what do you got?
Hello.
Ooh, beautiful.
Thank you.
Okay. We're online. We're live.
Hi.
All right. Hello, everybody. I'm Ralf Jean Pierre. This is No Suggestion.
Hello,
my
I'm Jake
left.
Joseph.
Jake Joseph is here, co-host Jake Joseph. And today, wait a minute, Meg, I don't think I remember your last name. What do you want to be called?
What a start. I mean, I'm Meg.
Yeah, Meg.
Yeah.
Meg, one name,
Yeah.
like Prince.
Uh-huh.
Everyone says Madonna. I'm not going to say Madonna. One name like Prince.
Thank you.
One name like Bono. One name like
Hank.
Cher.
Hank.
Hank. That's all I got.
Gumby.
Gumby's one name.
Yeah, yeah.
Scooby-Doo.
Right.
Wow.
It's hyphenated, but we'll take it.
Sure. Or is Do his last name?
Do.
What? Well, his full name is Scoobert. No? So I think it's already... It's Scoobert Do.
I did not even know that his full name was Scoobert.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Today I learned.
This is why I was brought on here.
Yeah.
This is important. Oh, fuck. Where was I gonna? I was just gonna. I lost it. I had a good thought to go forward with, and I can't remember. Single names. It's gone. It's gone. How? I'm so glad. I'm so glad that you're here.
Thank you.
I feel like this was fated for you to be on this evening. I have no good ideas for the direction of where this should go. I'm
so awesome.
I ate too much Thai food. I had one plate of pad see ew vegetable, and I was like, I need another plate. I knew it was a bad idea, but I still took another one, and now I don't feel good. And that's where I'm at. I'm at a little...
You went for the vegetable patsy.
First vegetable patsy ew, then I went mock duck.
Okay. So two vegetable patsy.
Yeah, but mock duck has more heft to it than you probably imagine.
Yeah.
It's Satan, and that's apt. It is Satan. It is. There's an evil there. I shouldn't have done it.
Can you explain to me what Satan is?
I don't know.
It's gluten. It's literally just gluten.
That's good.
Yeah.
What is? Can you explain to me what gluten is?
Gluten's the protein in bread that like gives it its structure. So like
it's the meat of bread.
Yeah, the reason bread like you need bread to like bind it all together is like to create like long gluten strands so that like it'll stay together when it like. So it's just a protein.
So it's a protein.
It's just a protein.
Okay.
That's it. Yeah.
It's the muscle of bread.
I don't know why, but I for some reason really dislike. I don't know if I should say really dislike. I think I've gotten over it, but it just is like it seems incongruous to me that like we have all of this like vegan food or like vegetarian food, but then they like say it's a meat approximation.
Yes.
When why not just be like, this is just vegetarian? Like it's like why make a fake duck when you could just be like, we have this. We made gluten into its own little thing that has like a semi-sweet flavor and like all these different things.
I think it's a shorthand. I tell you, for me, I don't think I need meat. I just need the texture of meat.
Sure.
Because it is, I love it. I love it. The texture of meat. So I'll take, for the most part, I'll take any approximation of meat. I don't want to I'm not offended that it's not actual meat, but I also don't want to think too much about, okay, what is happening instead? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I don't know. I'm not offended by it approximating meat or pretending to be meat. I think I would rather just be like, it's vegan food with Satan, like a Satan thing.
Right. Calling it
like,
mock duck.
Yeah. It's just like, isn't that against the point of what we're trying to say? Which is like, you need meat with every meal and that like meat is like an essential part of a diet. Like just to say that like, oh, we put all these fake meats out there to like continue the facade is, I don't know. It's interesting to me.
I tell you what, I don't like to be lied to. It makes me question my reality. But except when it comes to fake meat. I want you to lie to me. Lie to me. Lie to me. Let it. Hey, I would just rather continue the lie. Just keep lying. Don't tell me the truth about this, guys. Just if I wasn't actually scoring those points, you were just let me believe it.
Hey,
let me believe that I was scoring those points.
You got a perfect batting average, man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Armstrong. I really, I work really hard in the field. I work really hard.
I've seen you out there digging for glory.
Ooh, more points on the board. Way to go, man.
Wow.
Good job.
Just for my exhale?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it came from a real place. It came from a real emotion. That's why
emotion. That's 3 syllables. That's points.
Okay.
Oh, we got a foul. Look, don't blame yourself, man.
What? Okay. I thought because we're taking a knee right now. The game has stopped, but there's still a foul.
We're still scoring points, man, and it's all you.
This is wild that my game is so potent that even while we're on a timeout, that the game is still actively happening, even though everyone's on a timeout.
Did they just? What is that? A yellow card?
I got a yellow card. Is that some sort of violation, a penalty?
It's a penalty. It's a penalty,
guys. I'm trying my best.
Look, the card was for doubt. We're here playing the game of belief and doubt. We're not here to play sports ball.
Oh, sports ball.
We're not here to do that. We're here to see if you can score points in your own self-esteem.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can't. I don't know. I don't know how to muster all the belief. Pendleton, I don't know how to muster the belief.
Oh, that's going to be a point deducted, I think.
Maybe if you guys keep doing what you're doing, which is telling me that I scored, maybe that I can keep believing then.
No, you need to be able to do it even when you can't score.
Mm-hmm.
Armstrong, Pendleton, I would like to forfeit this game.
No.
I would like to forfeit.
You can't do that.
No. That's not going to work for me.
You can't give up.
Could I get a bye?
No.
All right. I need to see the trainer. My hamstring is really feels
get
loose.
Up off the ground. Look, the timeout's over.
Guys, we're standing
We got to
up.
get back
I'm
on
really nervous.
We're not leaving this field until you believe.
What?
You have to understand. Now we're in this too.
Yeah. We're in the trenches. We've been digging with you the whole time.
Yeah.
What exactly do you want me to believe?
In yourself.
Is that so hard?
It's not. I can't exactly turn a switch and just make it happen.
Not with that attitude.
You got to kindle the fire, man. You got to kindle the fire.
You got to take a couple sticks, rub them together.
You gotta make a teepee and let it burn.
You got to put some wood around it, and that way it holds the heat in.
And then you gotta get some sticks and you put some marshmallows on top.
Mm-hmm.
And you roast them gently.
Mm-hmm. And then you try to take it off and turn it into a sandwich. Maybe it won't work the first time.
I just got disqualified for starting a fire.
Oh.
Scene.
All right. Beautiful. We did it. We already started in. How are both of you feeling today? I'm feeling bloated. I feel like I regret eating the Thai food. I'm coming off of a wonky day. Wherever you guys coming in today?
I'd say it's also a wonky day. I didn't do a lot, but I feel exhausted, even though I didn't do much.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, I understand that feeling. But it's nice to have an easy day, even if it didn't make you feel exhausted. I mostly had an easy. I helped a friend move, but the rest of it somehow felt a little laborious.
Meg, how about your day? What was your day like?
I was at work today. I just sort of am reflecting on how I sort of just feel exhausted no matter how much I do. But I think in that, it's sort of, if I'm exhausted, it must mean that I did a good job.
Ooh.
I worked really hard. So maybe I'm feeling great. I've got this really good perspective on the whole thing. I've done nothing. I've had a big day. I'm really quite tired either way.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I feel like that's a good attitude. Like,
It's
no
a
matter
result
what.
of trying your best.
Yeah.
no
You
matter
feel
what.
satisfaction.
My best. Well, this is the thing people don't tell you about trying your best is that my best is not much, but that's okay.
But I guess who gets to decide what is enough and what isn't enough?
It's me, baby.
All right,
Yeah.
then you're golden.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah.
I do have. I don't think I came up with this. I have a lot of phrases that I say over and over that I wish could be mine, but I don't think they're mine. Which is, the best you can do is the best you can do. I'm sure that's not mine. I'm sure somebody else came up with that. But it is like, there's something self-directed about that. Like, only you know what the best you can do is in any given day, in any given moment. And nobody else can decide.
I think that's what a lot of therapists are trying to get their clients to understand.
This is the problem, though, that I've really taken that ball and run with it, because now I'll not do anything, and I'll be like, you have to understand, I'm doing my very best.
Yeah. I feel like
Yes.
that's God's attitude. I feel like God's just kind of like, you know what? I did what I could do, and like, that's why we haven't heard from him after the seventh day where he's been resting.
It's like, what do you guys want from me?
Yeah,
I'm on a break.
Yeah.
I have a coffee roll or whatever it is, like a coffee cake. I'm on a break.
He's kind of resting on his laurels, isn't he?
He's-
Like, he made a really pretty planet with some gorgeous vistas and some nice marsupials.
He's like, if you guys go to Cabo, if you're tired, go. I made Cabo. Go to that then before you call me. That's actually very. I love that. Like, do something else. I mean, yeah, it probably is.
I'm not a theist, but like, if every conception of God I have is like like everybody else, just like a guy that tried or a thing that tried. I guess God doesn't have a gender or any real concept of that, but like a thing that tried and is now just kind of like, you know what, that was enough, and I've like given up on any other responsibility beyond that.
I love that, and I also think just it's up for grabs for somebody's memoir. The title, "A Thing That Tried," it's just up for grabs for somebody to use that. I want to use it. I don't know. I don't tend to feel. It is just like the thing we just did. I tend to have to fight for the belief to be okay that I just did my best and it's okay. I really try to hold on to it because I don't want to beat myself up about things in life, but like sometimes you go like, I probably could have done more. I probably could have pushed something else. You know what I mean? That guilt and that
I definitely
shame.
feel that a lot too. And then I think I have to tell myself, like, again, like saying the best is like a judgment too. Whereas like, it's just kind of like, okay, I did something. And then that something is going to be imperfect. I can learn from these things, continue to do these things, stop doing these things. That's about it. Yeah.
Listen, Tabitha, I know it's been 7 years you've been trying to graduate from this program, but you did something. You got into the school. Come on.
I got into the school. I went inside the school.
Yes.
You have to remember.
A lot of days you went in.
Yeah, I went inside and I was there. And you should have seen me. I wish you could have come in with me, because what you would have seen is a woman sitting in a chair, and there was talking, and I was listening to it. At least some of it.
Listen, I'm your therapist. It's not appropriate for me to attend your classes with you. We both know that, but I can imagine it. You're painting a picture, and I just want you to know you have not graduated yet.
Well, and as
will you graduate? We don't know.
Will I graduate? Or haven't I already? I graduated from being a woman who was not going inside of a college.
And you started to go inside many days consecutively.
That's right. And thank you so much for noticing, by the way.
You were taking notes.
Yeah, that's right.
You had intention to study. I don't know if you did. You didn't pass the tests. But there was that can't be taken away from you showed up with the materials.
Thank you.
And you
and by the way, and who bought those materials? Me.
Wow.
with my sweat and
Yes.
toil
Yes.
and money
Yes.
that was sweaty.
Government grant money.
Thank you so much.
Also money that you earned.
Yeah, well, and that's right. And I deserved it, by the way.
Yeah.
And I'll remind you, by getting up and going to a place.
Getting up and marching
what if-
forward.
Knock,
if-
knock.
Yeah.
Knock,
Oh,
knock.
yeah, yes.
Oh, Tabitha, you're here.
We're in the middle
Oh
of
my
a
God.
session.
Yeah, I know. I'm so sorry. There's an emergency at the university. Someone sat in the seat that you're normally in, and it caused a riot. Your absence is. We don't know what to do without you. Everything is.
This is
Oh
one
my
of your-
God! I gotta
one of your
run.
peers
I gotta
from
run.
school.
I gotta
ran off.
Okay.
I knew this day would come.
You've got to get back in that seat.
How long have I been telling you?
I'm sorry. I thought this session was important, but you were retaking this class and you can't miss
No, that's right.
for
Without-
the fourth time.
Without me there, who's going to anchor the space?
It doesn't even seem to matter whether or not you pass this class. It seems to just be important that you're there.
Thank you. And clearly, I'm making an impact. What are you doing?
I'm clearly not doing enough.
No.
I'm not supporting you well. I feel like there's more that I could be doing. My God, you're rising up.
You know
Lady
what?
Liberty.
Listen to me. Listen to me.
Where do
you.
these French people come from?
Look me in the eye. This session's over. You hear me?
You
Do
are
you hear the
cured.
people sing?
I want to book a session with you.
I'm liberating these students from
God.
having to be in a classroom without somebody just doing a mediocre job. The good students could say, I'm doing better than her. The bad students could say, they're not there.
They're setting my building on fire.
And I'm,
Fraternity, liberty, security.
Wow.
that's right. And you've doubted me all these years. I know you have. I see those looks you give me.
I know you could become an accountant. I think you'd be a great accountant.
I'd be a great accountant, but you know what? I'd be better at inspiring others, honey.
This is an insurrection, and I submit.
Scene.
No one's ever risen from their chair.
I felt moved.
Wow.
I felt moved.
Oh my God.
I think
Nick,
one of my
love
favorite
it.
things about doing these types of scenes is there's so many scenes that involve being able to see what we're doing, but it's a radio show where no one can
Oh.
see it.
I love it.
I just want everyone to know again, it seems like we're kind of on the theme of effort today.
Mhm.
I got out of the chair and everything. and that
Dude.
just goes to show.
It was
and now,
powerful.
and I'm exhausted.
That's beautiful. Yes.
It's well worth the effort.
Yeah, thank you so
Do,
much.
do those shoes make it easier to get up out of a chair? Do
So-
they give you like some sort of spring up?
So now that's not just a turn of phrase, folks. Now listen to this. I am wearing a pair of 5-inch platform shoes,
Wow.
and they have springs inside. Now, what do those springs do?
Oh, they really do.
They really do have springs inside. Thank
Yeah.
you for noticing.
Hey.
And the springs allow me to walk all day in these frankly ridiculous shoes and be
That's beautiful.
and be able to not feel like a complete piece of garbage by the end of the day.
Oh,
A
yeah,
little
okay.
lift.
A little lift, but
Yeah.
probably also they give some, so it's not so.
Oh, they're giving.
They're giving.
Oh, they're giving.
They're giving power.
Yeah, that's right.
They're giving strength. They're giving vivaciousness.
Mhm.
I would
It's
say like
giving.
all shoes are probably pretty giving because we walk in them.
They're giving us something. I have flat feet. I didn't know this until very old. I was very old when I realized that my feet are flat. It's not good.
I have such a story for you.
Please.
So, as a very gay person,
Mhm.
when I was told at the age of 8 years old that I had flat feet, and this is true, I was not willing to accept that. I was not willing. So do you know what I did? This is true. Look at me. Look at me in the eye. This is a true story. I would go home. I was 8 years old. I would go home and get a ball peen hammer
No.
and hit the bottoms of my feet.
No.
with the hammer.
Oh.
That's how fucking gay I am. Sorry.
Okay, forgive my ignorance. What do the arches of your feet have to do with?
Meg was 8.
Because no. I'll tell you why.
Uh,
Because the podiatrist
yeah.
told me that I'd have to wear extra wide shoes, which in my mind, the mind of an 8-year-old, meant ugly shoes.
Gotcha. Okay.
So
Yeah,
if
yeah,
anyone
yeah.
has anything to say about how truly gay I am, I want to be clear that I pounded the bottoms of my feet with a hammer to not have to wear ugly shoes. And look at me now,
Wow.
wearing a pair of 5-inch spring boots.
Nice.
I really, wherever that podiatrist, hey, if you're listening,
What have you done?
yeah, eat shit.
Oh no. Yeah.
I also like how, like, in this scenario, having flat feet is like a moral failure. Like,
that's interesting.
Like something happened in your life that you have a deficiency that caused your ankles to collapse. You know?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say I have no vanity. I have some vanity. But flat feet is just the final insult, where it's just like, that's the only thing about me that could have had any daintiness at all, and it's just no. They're just
What's also like
slapping against the ground.
You ever look at someone's footprint, like a non-flat-footed footprint and a flat-footed footprint?
Oh
like
my god!
Like there's so much character. This is what scared me. Is like there's so much character in the footprint of one with a not flat foot. Then the flat-footed footprint's just it's just one piece. There's so much nuance, so many notes in the footprint.
All right, detectives. Look, we've picked up the tracks of the perpetrator, and clearly a boring man. Just all there is just his feet hit the ground with a thud.
I mean, I saw
with like a plop.
I saw the tracks. I saw the foot tracks, and I was like, this man eats rye bread.
Yeah.
Dry. No condiments, no meat.
I think our profile is wrong. You know, we were thinking like a super sophisticated Hannibal Lecter, like, very effete and
whoever this
high class, but no, we were wrong.
Whoever this killer is, whoever they are a person who uses QWERTY, like, religiously. They have their fingers on the right keys, and they enter data. That is what this person is. I am convinced of that. But regardless, we have to crack this case. We got to figure this out.
Well, you brought me in as a foot identification expert, did you not?
Yes.
The information that you have to give us, I hope, adds some sort of character to this profile.
May I see the prints?
Yes, here they are. Here's the sketching.
Thank you. Bring character, you said?
If you can read something that we haven't seen that maybe we've missed. I mean, I see a person who's carpeted floors, carpeted ceiling, carpeted walls. I mean, it's
far worse than that.
Oh no.
It's far worse.
Oh no.
We have one cooking implement in the kitchen.
Oh my.
We have a
God.
steamer.
Oh Lord.
Geez.
We have no microwave because we think we're above it, and that's the biggest principle we have going.
We gotta catch this guy. We gotta catch this guy. Oh.
You can just tell from the prints. They've got nothing. No character. No contour. This is a contourless person.
I don't even know if I want. Can this person even be caught? Can they even be grasped as a human being? It's probably some sort of stick figure.
Yeah. I'm going to put an APB out for a blob.
Put an APB out for a blank sheet of white paper.
Yeah. But I'll put an APB out for a saltine cracker.
What else are you reading on here? Hey, there's got to be some sort of identifying mark.
An identifying mark.
Please.
It's marked with pure evil.
Okay. That's something. Evil is evil.
Oh, that's kind of interesting.
Unless the blandness is the evil.
It's the greatest evil of all.
Oh my God.
Mundanity.
My goodness, their complexion is beige.
And
so it's on a soul level.
That's correct. The sole of a foot. No less.
The sole of a foot. Even, I mean, this is the most interesting thing about this person. Just that pun.
This is a person with white socks. Only white socks. No matter what outfit this person is wearing, you can just bet that it will be accompanied with white socks. And it brings me no joy to tell you that. No,
don't. This is too painful. Should we even catch them? Aren't they suffering enough?
Look, it looks like they're spreading their suffering to the rest of the world. Look at the victim. Look at their feet. Their feet are losing their luster.
Every toe is the same length.
There's only one solution in cases like this. I've seen them before.
Fly paper?
No. A ball peen hammer.
Oh my God.
Scene.
Beautiful. This is always I feel like I'm enjoying doing this podcast so much, but I also feel so much pad CU in my tummy. So I'm like, I wanna just rest in this and not move around too much. Wait a minute, you said something about. Okay. I want to get into talking about. We were talking a little bit about comedy earlier. I want you to tell us what you're working on these days. Now, you got a day job. Maybe you want to say something about that. You mentioned that. And what? Oh, I should say how we know each other.
Sure.
We know each other from Meg and I both used to host karaoke for the Kings of Karaoke. Shout out Kings of Karaoke.
Ooh.
And we became fast friends working together. And I think when we met, you were doing maybe stand up, or had just come out of doing stand up, doing some improv and writing. Now I understand that what you're mostly doing outside of your day job is focusing on playwriting.
Yes. Well, any writing, it's just that the opportunity for writing a play is what was presented to me. And again, and I can't understate this, and this came up earlier, I am a lazy person. And when I was presented the opportunity, literally presented the opportunity to write, like I was asked to do it, I said, well, it's not like I was like, well, I'd rather be I said, this is an opportunity that I'm being given as a person who doesn't want to chase them. I'm just going to take it. So I wrote a play. By the way, I will write anything as long as someone just blindly gives me the opportunity to do it, and it'll be great. And I'll tell you something. That play that I'm working on, have worked on, is actually stunning. It's actually a really great play. That's the thing. Give me the opportunity, I deliver. I'm happy to tell you about it if you want me to tell you about it.
Please, yeah, please.
So this play, it is called Missionary Woman. Okay? It is, here, can I do an elevator pitch?
Sure.
Please.
Yeah, go for it.
Pitch it.
In the small conservative city of Straitsville, a city plagued by queer superheroes that escaped from the local liberal arts college, one hero stands in their way to fight off the perverted queer freakos offending the Christian conservative sensibilities of this city, and that is Missionary Man. But however, on the first day of Pride Month, right as the mayor of the town is trying to propose anti-trans legislation, Missionary Woman is born. Yes, she is a transgender superhero. Promptly fired, however, because she is a municipal employee. And then she allies herself with her arch nemesis, Professor Strap-on, as they try to take control of the city of Straitsville. This is a real thing that I did.
Wow.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So is Missionary Man part of the conservative power structure?
Missionary Woman.
Yeah.
Was was a product of their environment.
Sure.
And ultimately, she was able to sort of see herself in the queer supervillains, and ultimately realize that when faced with the idea of I'm gonna and listen, this to be totally real, this is based on real horrible things happening in the United States and all over, and there is a lot of really horrifying anti-trans legislation being introduced, and this play is a way to comment on that, and by being a little cute and funny, which was not easy to do. But I would say Missionary Woman was a product of the environment. And when she saw that she too would be impacted by these laws, if she was going to eventually share who she is, she had to lose it all.
Wow.
I like that.
Yeah.
It reminds me of
origin story of.
I can't remember who wrote this. It was like a sociologist or anthropologist, but he wrote this great book where he kind of talks about like the superhero myth, and he's like, superheroes are kind of just boring agents of the status quo. Like Batman, Superman, Spider-Man, like all of these people with great, wondrous talents and powers and resources don't actually do anything to change the world. They just keep it the same. Whereas like the villains are actually the most interesting characters because they are doing things that are transgressive to the status quo, but they're actually utilizing their resources, their intelligence, their abilities in a way that is unique. It's like it's like trying to actually change the world. Whereas like Superman could do more to change the world to be a much more equitable place, but all he actually does is just keep the world the same.
Yes.
So I like that because it seems like the villains really they're actually not really villains. They're just people being themselves.
It's
but
like you've seen it.
Yeah. It's just like they were actually the most interesting and forward-thinking and capable people to enact change, whereas the heroes were actually just like not trying to do that.
Absolutely.
That's it. I love that that take on it. It also reminds me how much of I'm constantly struck. I feel like we talk about this all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm constantly struck in the world and in life by how much I hear a point of view that I'm like, oh, that makes total sense. It has truth. It honors the people that it's about. All this, and then I can hear an exact opposite point of view, and I'm like, fuck. There's so many things about this that hold true, and both of these just live. Both of these are just alive in the world. And like, you know what I mean? What are this? Like two things can be true at once or whatever that is. And like, that's a painful thing and also an exciting thing to me about the world. I feel like my brain is constantly on fire in that way of like, how do you reconcile being alive? You can't, it's almost like you can't ever be right. And in some ways it's beautiful. In some ways it's painful. Does that make sense?
These are all of the reactions I was trying to elicit with this piece.
With Missionary Woman.
Yes.
Yeah. When will you put it up again?
So there's a reading in June. I'm currently working on putting together an independent production because that's sometimes what you have to do when you're a transgender artist with a full-time job who is doing that. So I'm hoping to collaborate with some lovely and fabulous other queer people to make this production happen. But I'm also sending it in other places and applying for grants and whatnot. So there will come a time, dear listener, and don't think I forgot about you, where I might send out an opportunity for people to sort of crowdfund for such a thing, because I thought, you know what, this play is perhaps a bit maybe difficult to market in some ways. And I'm going to do it myself if nobody else will. Not to say,
I mean, that.
Listen, and they should do it, by the way.
Yeah.
And they might, and I think they will. But also in the meantime, what I'm trying to do is put together my own thing of it too.
What is that like your central project right now? Or are there other things that are brewing alongside that? Like, what is your? I don't want to say your practice because I don't love that term, but where beyond trying to bring that play back to the stage and back to life, where does your art and because I feel you have such a mind for art and comedy and such a great point of view, like where else is that living for you these days?
Well, so I want to comment on how my mission statement sort of with this play was to talk about something that was extremely scary to me and very specific to my experience in my community, and make it something that was accessible to people who don't experience that by using superhero framing, right? Because everybody loves a superhero. Now, what I'm working on, I'm not ready to talk too much about this, but now I'm actually trying to do the opposite. I'm trying to say, how do I make the most inaccessible piece possible and still somehow make that something people want to watch? Because all I was focused on this one, because I'm talking about something that I think people really do need to know about is accessibility. And so now I'm kind of having fun with the idea of making something that feels inaccessible. Is that going to work? Yeah, probably not. But I'm having a fun time trying. I also I'm very interested in a historical narrative that I'm also kind of toying around with right now.
Okay. I feel like that is an idea that comes up a lot. The idea of like, making something that's accessible that helps people understand versus like, I don't want to decipher this or decode this for you. I just want to make the thing as it's coming out of me.
Yeah.
Madame Zoot, you have a line of people outside your door that seem to just be standing there because the door is locked and they're challenged by that.
I'm sorry. I'm not really seeing the problem.
It's just, should I let them in? Or
no?
Should I tell them that you're not seeing anybody?
If they want to get in, I'm sure they'll figure it out if they want it badly enough.
I'm here at the window, Madame Zoot. I can see you, and just want you to know it's me, Florence.
It's a pleasure to see you through the window, my dear. I don't know why you aren't in the room with me at this time.
If you would only open the front door, I insist upon it. I insist upon the unlocking of the front door that I may come in and spend time with you, Madame Zoot. I'm sure these other folks, I don't know why they're here, what they intend to get, because they are not acquainted with you, but I am a close personal friend of yours, Madame Zoot. If you will please unlock the door for me, thank you.
Yeah, it's just a lot of people out there that are like know that this is the place that they want to be, but are just also enthralled by the fact that they can't actually get into it.
Yes, well, that really kind of sounds like a tough situation that they're in, and I'm not, am I? Because I'm exactly where I'd like to be in Madame Zoot's office, for I am Madame Zoot after all.
Once more, Madame Zoot, if you'll excuse me, it's Florence again from outside the window.
Hello, Florence. Great to see you once again through that lovely window.
I'm sure you noticed me in my ruffles and my peacock feathers and my many bracelets and my brooch. I'm sure you see me out here. The sun is rather hot. The sidewalk is rather rigid. Please, if you'll unlock the door that I may come in, thank you.
Yes, but to see the gorgeous
deep bow.
fineries you're wearing, wouldn't that simply rob me of the image that I've painted of you in my head, that of class and elegance and all sorts of fabulous dandy things? To see you, I'm not sure I could handle it, my dear.
Thank you for coming to the window, Madame Zoot. If you'll only, perhaps we could continue this conversation much easier in your parlor.
The line is expanding. There's more people here. Some people heard your voice but couldn't actually tell what you were saying, and that made them want to keep standing outside.
There's more people, you say?
This is my spot in the line. Madame Zoot, people are trying to rob me of my spot. I'm Florence.
More people, you say? How interesting. And so much space inside to occupy. Oh, wait.
Madame Zoot, I don't understand what is even inside, why I want to come in, but I insist that I come in, please.
Yes, because, and I'll tell you why, because there are many fabulous things inside Madame Zoot's office.
Like what, Madame Zoot?
For I am Madame Zoot, and I am in the office. Is that not enough for you in all of my finery and all of my elegance?
It's more than enough, but I'm also so curious. The imaginings of my mind, they haunt me. They haunt me, Madame Zoot.
We had a car accident because so many people are standing out in the street.
Oh.
But they don't even know. They're just standing there because other people are standing there. No one even knows what's going on. This is the whole, everything has become inaccessible.
It's a city bus. It's been overturned, Madame Zoot.
A car accident, you say?
Yeah.
An accident. There are no.
See? Wow. That was like a superhero scene. There reminds me of there used to be a Spider-Man character named Madam Web.
Oh, I remember Madam Web.
Madam Web, I think, was like some sort of soothsayer. It wasn't even clear if Madam Web was a hero or a villain. Just some sort of new things. And I don't know why they were spider-themed. Madam Web. Anyway, there it is. There it is.
They already had the sort of spider logos kind of ready to go. Why choose a different? Yeah.
Madam Web would show up.
You already have all those webs sitting around.
I know your future, Peter Parker, and tell Spider-Man something to be like, why'd you tell me this? Ha ha ha. And just, I don't know. It was always some sort of mystery to unravel.
The talking about the inaccessibility made me think about, like, Ralph, you've talked about how you were like one of the OG hipsters of that movement.
I don't think I was an OG. I came to New York in 2007, which I think that was the heat and the height of the tipping point, the term hipster for our generation. Mm-hmm. Like that was the last time it was really white hot to talk about hipsters. I think it was around 2007, 8, 9, right before the first recession. So yeah, I was running around at that time.
Did you guys have an appreciation for how inaccessible your subculture was to the rest of the world? Like, was that by design, or was that like an accident, or?
Well, there's a couple things at play there. One is a lot of these people, especially at that time, are artists, mm-hmm. and artists really love to be unfathomable. I think we love it. We love to not. We're all about who gets it and who doesn't get it. You don't get, like any. Mm-hmm. We're sort of a lot of us. I think we're carrying some adolescent. You don't get me. You know what I mean? Which there's a comfort in not being gotten. I think it's it's a way to grasp at what you want, which is your own. I'm speculating, but it's a way to grasp at your own uniqueness. To say I'm unique because you don't get it. It's also a way, a little bit, to rebel against and distinguish yourself from your family and maybe traditional values they might carry. And also for creatives, there's a little bit of fine art-itis, which is like, I don't have to reckon with if my art is good or bad if I just live behind you don't get it. You know what I mean? So I think there's a lot of that. And then, am I answering your question? I feel I'm
no.
I'm
Yeah, I
losing.
think you do. I think like it seems like it's a product. It was like an emergent property of that's like that confluence of people interacting with each other.
Being confounding is fun. And also, sometimes being confounding is a way to express something else that's hard to express. Meaning, sometimes my students in class, I've said this before, sometimes my students in class, or I've probably done this to you, Meg, sometimes you'd be like, okay, do you want me to do this or do you want me to do this? Yes. You know what I mean? And
You've totally done that.
right. And sometimes what I think often happens is the person might be upset with me, which I totally understand, but they might think I'm playing a game with them or trying to be difficult. And what they often don't appreciate is I'm actually giving them the best answer that I have. You know what I mean? That's the best answer that I have. Is it this or is it this? Yes. You know what I mean? Because what I'm really trying to say is I can't explain to you how this is an option. I can't explain to you how inadequate that question is, meaning not because you're dumb and asked the bad question. It's just you're not getting at what's between those two options. It's not a binary of these two options. There's something deeper than that even I don't even know how to explain. It's deeper than is it this or this. There's more to it than that. So the best I can go is yes, because I feel like that's a way of getting you to that answer without me trying to. I can explain it, but it's not going to. Sometimes explaining something to my students that I can explain a concept to them, but me explaining the concept to them is going to get them to understand it, but it's not going to get them to go, oh, you know what I mean? Where like they understand it in here. They'll understand it here, but they won't understand it in here. Sometimes I got to be confounding to hopefully give them the chance to come to it themselves. I just spoke
I think
a
you're
long
like
time.
talking about the difference between like knowledge and understanding. Like knowledge is knowing a strawberry is sweet, but like you can only understand what it tastes like if you eat one.
Oh my God, what an image. That's so evocative just to imagine somebody eating a strawberry. It is, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like there's so much more to the experience of a strawberry than it's like a sweet fruit. But like you can't give that to somebody. They have to eat a strawberry and experience that and then come to that understanding themselves.
I don't even want a grapefruit. I don't even want one. I get it. It's sweet. I get it. I don't need one. I don't keep the fruit. I get it. I never tried one. I don't need to. I get it. It's got sugar in it. Yeah, so it's good. I'm good, guys.
Look, all we have is fruit left. The buffet, everybody cleaned out everything else, and it's just fruit. If you want to eat something, you got to eat some fruit.
I never have eaten fruit before, and I'm not going to start now. My family, we eat rice, beans, chicken. Every meal.
Hey, how you doing, doll? Can I get you some fruit today?
Oh, my goodness. Listen, you got any rice, beans, chicken? I may even take an egg. I'll take an egg if you got an egg.
Well, I'm doing free samples on all this fruit.
I don't come from a world of fruit, okay? I'm a simple guy. Both of you guys work at this restaurant. You're very kind, all right? But I need a simple meal. So, miss, if you can find me some, just something with some beans, something with some
I can
rice.
make you a mock bean.
What was that?
I can make you mock beans.
I'm sorry. I'm getting old. I'm getting up there, guys. I'm getting up there. It sounded to me like you said mock bean.
I did say mocked bean. You know what?
Is that a cousin of the lima bean?
And you're and how good is it?
It's delicious.
That's right.
And you need to taste it to understand.
Mm-hmm.
I Garbanzo. It's like a black-eyed.
No.
No, it's a mock bean.
I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you mean.
Whatever you're thinking, that's what it is.
Absolutely.
No, my brain is going. Don't say that, because my brain is going places that I haven't been to since Vietnam.
Is it a bean? Is it not a bean? Both are true.
Don't do this to me. I don't understand. My brain. You're asking me to wrap my brain around a coiled bird.
No, what we're asking you to do is wrap your mouth around a mock bean.
It had this. The idea you're asking me to wrap my mind around has spikes and is a little bit of.
Let me see if I
Broken
got
glass.
this right, Sugar.
Yes.
You came to Aunt Darlene's mock beans and didn't think you'd leave here without trying a mock bean?
I thought it was some sort of pun.
In what way?
I thought I could walk in here and get a drumstick. Oh,
We have mock drumsticks.
there used to be a Chipotle here. Give me a plate.
Chipotle was not helping people understand. We're here to help people understand.
This is what I understand. A plate, a round plate.
Understand would be a great pun name for like a fruit stand. You can
'cause
keep all the things underneath it.
the
Yeah.
fruit-
No need
but the
fruit.
fruit's under.
Yeah. That would be a good pun.
Yeah,
Okay,
get a ladle.
yeah.
Get a large spoon. Scoop me out some white rice. Then scoop me up some sort of bean. String bean. Lima bean. Garbanzo bean. Peas. Put them on the side of the rice.
We can make an approximation of rice
We
for
have
you.
all of those things. They're just not exactly those things.
I can't be here. I can't eat these foods, and yet this is the only option in town. The McDonald's is shut down, and so is the Boston Market. Please, you gotta go somewhere in the back. Look somewhere in the back by the filing cabinet. There's gotta be a pot of rice, regular rice, a pot of beans, black beans, white kidney beans, and a chicken. A simple chicken could be steamed. A simple piece of chicken. Put those on a plate. I'll eat them next to the mock beans. You can have a group of people eating the mock beans next to me. I'll be nice with them. We can play spades. But I gotta have a rice, beans, chicken.
Okay, the best we can do for you is this thing called It's Not Chicken, but it also kind of is.
Is that the whole name?
Yes.
Don't do this to me.
Trademarked.
Scene. Beautiful. Oh my God. I felt like Archie Bunker in that scene.
It was giving.
It was. It was. Oh my God, it's flown by. Okay. Where haven't we gone to? What else do we need to know, Meg?
What brought you into comedy, Meg?
Being a fat gay child.
Okay, yeah, that worked.
The recipe for genius.
Being a fat transgender gay child. Probably helped a lot. But I also no, that's it.
Yeah. I guess
is your family funny?
That's a tough one.
Ooh.
That's a very interesting question.
Wow. Wow.
Were you like always a funny person?
Yes.
So then when did you want to take it to, like, I think there's a lot of people out there that are like hilarious and they're just content to
be hilarious,
but like not need to put it anywhere or like make it an art form. What made you go to like, I need to do this as an art form, like express it, have it be seen.
You know what it is? I'm sorry. This is going to get a little more just kind of serious, to be honest with you. But
yeah,
like,
do it.
I always knew there's something I wanted to say,
Mm-hmm.
and I always had being funny as a vehicle to say things.
Mm-hmm.
But until I didn't know what it is I had to say, that was the problem. I didn't know. I just knew I did, but I didn't know what it was. And it took transitioning for me to figure that out.
Mm-hmm.
And once I did that, I used to do stand-up. I don't really do it anymore. And I still like to perform. Writing has become the thing I like to do. We were talking about this earlier. There's a lot of reasons I like writing, but I can explain that. But the important thing that what I'm trying to say is that once I knew that all I was ever trying to say is that I'm a trans person, now I could be funny and being honest. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was the thing. It was like, I always, like, being funny was always, I think, just me trying to find the right way to say the thing I needed to say.
Okay. Yeah. It makes sense.
That's interesting that you were funny as you were trying to even get to, oh, this is what I'm trying to say. Like, funny even helped carry you to it.
Yeah, because I just always had this thing where I was like, I know there's something I want to be saying, and I know exactly how I'd want to be doing it, but I don't know what it is.
Yeah, and I don't mean that being funny helped you realize that you were, that you were trans or that you wanted to, but it carried you and that it sustained you.
Yes. As
you were going through the process of living a life that helped you get there, and all the adversities you might have faced getting there, and also how confusing it might have just been just to like understand yourself in a world that is like, oh, I don't understand this, or I'm against this even.
Well, it's actually kind of, yeah, completely. And I think this is why I was inspired to write the play I wrote, because I'm trying, comedy is then an access point for the things I'm trying to talk about. And it builds a bridge, but also it's kind of perfect for me because being trans is hilarious. I don't know if you two are aware of this. Being trans is very, very funny. I'm going through puberty as a 28-year-old.
Right.
That's hysterical.
Yes.
Puberty was funny then. It's even funnier now.
Right.
You know?
Yes.
There's a lot about it that is very funny. I walk around all the time and people have no idea who I am. It's just silly. It's just like I'm telling you something, and it's very Python-esque. It's like the no exercise. It's just like I'm walking.
So we can go ahead and sign this contract, and we can go ahead and make this deal, and also your car's being brought around out front. Real quick, who are you?
Sorry, excuse me.
Who? It's just that we've been in here making this deal for almost 90 minutes, and I've been just dying to ask, who are you?
Somehow there's also a line of people outside the door.
Who are you?
I told you I'm Rosalind.
Yes.
Dupree.
Yes.
It's on the form right there. I handed it to you.
Yeah, but that doesn't seem.
Your social security number. We have your ID, photo ID, all that. All that matches up. We double checked it, and
we have the information, but
great cover letter you wrote, by the way.
No.
Who are you?
Yeah.
Well,
I feel like I don't know who you are.
I'm Rosalind Dupree. I grew up in down in Brooklyn, down there, in Sheepshead Bay. I
Wisconsin. Do you know this person?
Well, I never said that. To be clear,
Wisconsin. You got it. You quoted that wrong. All right.
No, but I mean, it's closer, but it's still not exactly what I was trying to get at.
Here's the thing. It's not a question of like, to go deep. Like your cover letter was eloquent and poetic, and it made me understand you on a deep spiritual, philosophical, and intellectual level.
Okay.
I'm just simply curious as to who. I don't understand. I don't know who you are.
Right. Well, do you want me to spell? I don't. I
can spell Rosalind Dupree.
Okay.
That's not hard to spell. I understand who you are.
Can you draw a picture of yourself for us?
Yeah, just tell.
I know that we can see you, but like we can't.
It's easy to see you. It's well lit in this room, and you have very clear and distinct features. I could pick you out in a lineup easily. For the rest of my life.
Is this typically part of the interview process? I'm sorry.
No, we've never been in this predicament before. But like,
I see.
We usually don't sign deals. We usually takes many meetings, and we usually deliberate. This deal makes total sense.
Okay.
And what you offer, what you do is very clear. We're just not clear on who you are.
Right.
Who are you?
Right. That's I feel like I answered that question in the cover letter. I'm sorry.
Hold on. Let me look at the cover letter again. Okay, Brooklyn artist.
Wisconsin. You seen this broad before? You know? I don't know who you are.
Are you crying?
We've never.
I can't tell if it's joy or confusion or sadness.
Welcome to my world.
Scene.
Yes, I'm glad we got another one in. Fantastic. I love that idea. People, I'm walking around in the world and people don't know who I am. That is.
They're like, I'm telling you exactly who I am. And they're like, that's ridiculous. And I'm like, what do you think? What do you mean?
Yes.
Yeah. No, I totally can understand that in many ways. Like, I often get told by people that I'm like enigmatic or unknowable. And then there's like an aspect of like, oh, like, what does that really say about me? And do people not understand me? Because I don't actually really understand me that well. And that's like what's being put out there, which I think is kind of true. But like, yeah, there is like, I don't know. I guess in some ways, like, I think I came to comedy for something similar to that reason too, which is like, oh, like maybe through expression, it will become clear.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Huh. I'm trying to, what you are both describing is very articulate and I feel I can understand it. I'm trying to locate in myself if I don't think I have that same thing, but I can, it does make sense to me that comedy being such a beautiful vehicle to address that for yourself and for other people and to deal with the pain of not being recognized or understood. And I don't want to say pain. I don't want to put pain in capital letters, but just the day to day, like,
yeah,
because it's ridiculous. It's a way to, what's the word I'm looking for? Reconcile
and
great incongruities.
Well, and if I may bring back the inaccessibility point, because that I'm not just interested in inaccessibility because of sort of the allure of not understanding something.
Sure.
It's like I'm not understood all the time.
Yeah.
You know, so I was trying to make something to bring people in. I constantly feel like not through anything I'm intending to do, but that I'm putting people out, you know, and it's just a product of it, you know. There's a lot of closing doors, you know. So that's why, you know, to what?
Wow, you just helped me realize something. It just went through my body, and I think I already understood this, but I feel like there are artists who often make work that I find alienating. And I think, why are you making work that is alienating? And now you're helping me go, well, they might be a person who I feel that I alienate. I feel that I must alienate. I feel that I do alienate unintentionally. I feel alienated. I might alienate. And this is just a way for me to express that.
Yeah.
Just the fact that it is happening, and I need to reflect that somehow. Does that make sense? I'm not trying to say this is what you're trying to say. It just made me understand when I observe that phenomenon in the world.
Yeah. And that's the thing. It's like, there will inevitably be people who feel alienated by the work I make. Because how could they not? Because they don't relate to it. They just don't. And they never will.
Yes.
And that was what I was trying to deal with the first piece I wrote. The reason I'm interested now in making something that's just kind of super fucking trans, to be honest with you. And I'll tell you what I'm inspired by. I'm inspired by, if there's any trans women listening or any trans people listening.
30 seconds left. Say it.
Mira Bellwether wrote a zine called Fucking Trans Women. And if you want to learn more about loving your body and loving sex in your body, Fucking Trans Women, it's a great zine. And I'm like, I want people to know about that. And it's an inaccessible piece of media to a lot of people. And I'm like, that's good stuff.
Okay, Meg, tell people how you want them to find you.
So I am on most platforms at Phallic Mother.
Okay. Am I following you under that?
We'll figure it out.
Okay.
And I haven't been using social media very much, but coming in the new year, I anticipate that I will be, because I'm trying to get Missionary Woman more off the ground and have more work to come. So Phallic Mother, most places. Instagram's a good place to message me. And tell me if you're into what I'm doing.
10 seconds left. This has been No Suggestion. I'm Ralph Jean Pierre.
I'm Jake Joseph.
And we had Meg. We love you all. Have a good night.